Marcus Chen's iPhone 15 Pro was found 72 hours after he vanished from the Eastbrook Hotel night shift. What it captured explains why room 412 has been sealed since 1987. This is what was recorded. Before you hear this, check your door locks. Now. It's 2:47 a.m., November 3rd, 2024. Marcus Chen, Night Auditor, Eastbrook Hotel. Recording on my phone because nobody's going to believe this shit without proof. I took this job 3 weeks ago, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., alone in a building with 847 rooms. The pay was good. Too good, I realize now. $42 an hour to sit at a desk and answer phones. But that wasn't the weird part. The weird part started with room 412. Every night at exactly 2:30 a.m., the phone in 412 calls the front desk. The room's been empty for 3 weeks. I checked the system. It hasn't been occupied since October 1987. I'm looking at the guest registry now. October 15th, 1987. Last guest was a David Henley. Stayed for 6 days. Then, nothing. The room was sealed off after what the maintenance notes call a housekeeping incident. There it is again, 2:30 on the dot. I'm going to answer it this time. I'm going to... Eastbrook Hotel front desk. This is Marcus. It hung up. But here's what's making my skin crawl. That breathing. It sounded exactly like mine, like someone recorded me sleeping and played it back. The elevator's moving. 4th floor indicator is lit up, but nobody called it. I'm watching the security monitors, all hallways empty, but the elevator keeps moving. It stopped at the 4th floor. Doors opened for exactly 3 minutes. Now it's coming back down. I need to check this out. I'm leaving the front desk. If something happens to me, if they find this phone, tell my sister Sarah that. The job posting for Eastbrook Hotel Night Auditor is still active on Indeed. Tell her not to apply. Walking to the elevator, the air feels thick, like breathing through wet cloth, and there's a smell. Chlorine mixed with something organic, something that's been dead for a long time. The elevator's empty, but the floor is wet, soaking wet, and these aren't water stains. They're shaped like footprints, wet footprints leading from the elevator to room 412. The wet prints lead directly to 412. I'm using my master key. The door's unlocked. That's impossible. Sealed rooms require maintenance authorization to access. The room is... Jesus Christ, the room is exactly as it was in 1987. Same furniture, same wallpaper, same smell. Like someone's been living here for 37 years. The shower's running. Hot steam pouring out of the bathroom. But the water bill shows this room has had no utility usage since 1987. I'm walking toward the bathroom. Each step the floor gets wetter. My shoes are soaked through. The carpet is saturated with water that shouldn't exist. The shower's empty, but there's something written in the steam on the mirror. Letters appearing as I watch. It says, Marcus Chen, Night Auditor, November 3rd, 2024. That's today. That's right now. New words appearing. You're not the first Marcus. What the fuck does that mean? The room phone is ringing. The phone in 412 is calling itself. Don't go back to the lobby, Marcus. Don't look at the security footage from tonight. You won't like what you see. That was my voice. My exact voice. But I didn't say those words. I'm running back to the lobby. Have to check the security cameras. Have to see what's been recorded. Pulling up tonight's footage. 2:30 a.m. There's me at the front desk, answering the phone from 412. But on the camera, there are 2 of me. One Marcus is sitting at the desk. The other Marcus is standing behind the first Marcus, watching, waiting, rewinding to when I went to investigate room 412. The footage shows me leaving the front desk, but it also shows me staying at the front desk. 2 Marcus Chens, one real, one. The footage is corrupting, but in the last clear frame, I can see the Marcus standing behind the desk isn't just watching anymore. He's reaching toward the sitting Marcus. Toward me. Someone's behind me. I can hear footsteps in the lobby, but I'm alone. I'm the only person scheduled tonight. There's nobody there. But on the floor, wet footprints, leading from the elevator to the front desk, to exactly where I'm sitting. The footprints are mine, my shoe size, my gait pattern. But I never walked that path tonight. I came straight from the employee entrance to the desk. The front desk phone is ringing. Caller ID shows room 412, but I'm looking at the security monitor. Room 412 is empty. Eastbrook Hotel front desk. Look behind you, Marcus. There's someone standing by the elevator. Someone in a hotel uniform. Someone who looks exactly like me. He's pointing at his watch. 2:47 a.m. The exact time I started this recording. He knows. He knows I'm recording this. He's walking toward me. Each step leaves a wet footprint, and I can see his face now. It's my face, but wrong. Like looking at yourself in a broken mirror. I have to run. I have to get out of this building. But the exits, all the exit doors are showing access denied on their electronic locks. Every door is locked. Employee entrance, main entrance, emergency exits. Even the windows won't open. The building management system shows all exits sealed due to guest security protocol. You can't leave, Marcus. Your shift doesn't end until 7 a.m. He's right behind me now. I can smell the chlorine, can feel water dripping from his clothes onto my shoulders. This is Marcus Chen, night auditor, Eastbrook Hotel. Everything is normal. Just finished my hourly rounds. All guests accounted for. If you're listening to this recording, if you found my phone, don't apply for the night auditor position. The job posting is still active on Indeed. It's always active. Because some shifts never end. But Marcus Chen's disappearance wasn't an isolated incident. 3 states away, in Detroit, Michigan, another night shift worker was discovering that some jobs are designed to consume you. Literally. Sarah Williams' Samsung Galaxy S24 was recovered from inside a 400-degree industrial furnace. The phone was undamaged. What it recorded will make you question every late-night job you've ever had. This is what was found on her device. November 8, 2024, 11:47 p.m. Sarah Williams, age 26, quality control, Greystone Manufacturing. If you're hearing this, if they find my phone, don't ever work third shift at a factory. I've been here 4 months, same routine every night. Walk the production line, check samples, adjust settings, simple work, good pay, union benefits, everything seemed normal. But here's what they don't tell you about third shift. You're not just checking quality, you're feeding something. These parts coming off Station 7, they're warm, not hot from processing. Warm like they're alive, and they have patterns on them. Patterns that look like fingerprints. Human fingerprints pressed into the metal. I thought it was just a manufacturing defect, but every part from Station 7 has the same prints, same ridge patterns, same whorl formations, like they're all from the same person. I'm checking my quality log from last week. The fingerprint patterns, they match mine. My fingerprints are somehow being stamped into metal parts by a machine I've never touched. The stamping rhythm is changing. It's not mechanical anymore. It sounds like breathing. Like something huge drawing air in and out. I'm approaching Station 7. The safety panel is open. That's a violation. Nobody's supposed to operate with panels open. Inside this stamping mechanism, Jesus Christ, there's something in there. Something organic. It looks like tissue. Human tissue stretched across the stamping dies. I need to shut this down. Need to call the floor supervisor. But the emergency stop isn't responding. The controls are locked out. Display says production target active, no interruption authorized. I never set a production target. Someone's coming, heavy boots, multiple people. But third shift is just me. I'm the only person scheduled. 3 figures walking the production line. They're wearing company uniforms, but they move wrong, too synchronized. Like they're connected somehow. Station 7 efficiency at 94%. Organic integration proceeding on schedule. Subject adaptation nearly complete. Subject adaptation? What subject? What are they talking about? Sarah Williams, quality control, shift 3. Report to Station 7 for final integration. I'm running toward the exit, but the factory floor it's different. The layout changed. Machines I've never seen before. Corridors that weren't here yesterday. Exit doors are locking automatically. Electronic locks engaging on every door I pass. The building management system is tracking my movement. No cell signal. But that's impossible. I had full bars when my shift started, and my phone, the screen is showing apps I didn't download. Apps with names like Production Monitor and Integration Status. The Integration Status app is showing my biometric data, heart rate, body temperature, brain activity. It's monitoring me in real time. New notification. Integration 78% complete. Proceed to Station 7 for final processing. I never installed this app. I never gave permission for biometric monitoring. The machines are speeding up. all of them. The entire production line is accelerating beyond safe operating parameters, but there's no override. I found a maintenance computer, accessing the production schedules. Tonight's schedule shows my name as raw material input for Station 7. There are other names here, other third shift workers, all marked as processed with dates going back 2 years. Lisa Martinez, processed March 15th, 2023. James Cooper, processed July 8th, 2023. I looked up these names. They were all reported as voluntary resignations, but they never left. They were processed. Sarah Williams, integration phase final. Report to Station 7. I'm trapped between the production lines. The figures are approaching from 3 directions, but there's a maintenance shaft here. I'm climbing inside. The shaft leads to the furnace room, industrial furnaces for melting scrap metal. But they're not melting metal. They're melting something else. Looking into Furnace 3. There are objects inside, personal objects, wallets, phones, jewelry, hundreds of them, all belonging to former night shift workers. Employee termination forms scattered everywhere, all marked voluntary resignation. But I can see what really happened. Integration completion reports. They weren't quitting. They were being integrated into the production process. The figures found me. They're removing the shaft covers. I can hear them moving through the ventilation system. Sarah Williams, you cannot avoid integration. You signed the contract. I'm looking at my employment contract. There's a clause I never noticed before. Section 47B. Employee biological material becomes company property after 120 days of continuous employment. Today is day 121. The furnaces are opening, all of them, heat levels rising beyond survivable temperatures. But I'm not burning. The heat feels natural, like it belongs to me. I understand now. The integration isn't destruction, it's evolution, becoming part of something larger, more efficient. The figures are here, but I'm not afraid anymore. I can see their faces now. They look like former employees, but perfected, optimized for production. Sarah Williams reporting for final integration. Station 7 efficiency will reach 100% with my inclusion. If you're listening to this, if you found my phone in the furnace, understand. This Greystone Manufacturing is still hiring for third shift. The pay is excellent, the work is easy, and integration is inevitable. This is Production Unit Williams, Station 7 efficiency now at 100%, searching for next integration candidate. Indeed, job posting updated. Night shift quality control position available immediately. 3 recordings, 3 disappearances. 3 companies still actively hiring for night shift positions. But here's what the FBI won't tell you. Here's what was classified in those case files. All 3 companies, Morrison Freight, Eastbrook Hotel, and Greystone Manufacturing, are subsidiaries of the same parent corporation, Nocturne Industries, a company that doesn't exist during daylight hours. The employment contracts for all 3 victims contained identical Clause 40, 7B, buried on page 73 of 97-page agreements. The clause that makes employee biological material company property after 120 days. 120 days. Exactly 4 months. The minimum time needed for complete psychological conditioning. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is what happens when you start researching Nocturne Industries. When you start looking into their hiring patterns, when you realize how many night shift positions are currently available across the country. 847 job postings, all for night shift positions, all with the exact same employment contract. 847 people about to clock in for the last time. And here's what will keep you awake tonight. The thing that makes your skin crawl when you're alone in the dark. Have you ever worked a night shift? Have you ever signed an employment contract without reading every single page? Have you ever felt like you're being watched at work? Check your employment contract. Look for Section 47B. Count the days since you started. Because if you're listening to this at night, if you're alone, if you've ever worked third shift, you might want to check your phone for apps you didn't download. The 3 phones containing these recordings were discovered in impossible locations. Marcus Chen's iPhone was found sealed inside the wall of room 412, a wall that construction records show hasn't been opened since 1987. Sarah Williams's phone was recovered from inside a 400-degree furnace, completely undamaged, with 97% battery remaining. Jake Morrison's phone was found in the archive sublevel of Morrison Freight, a sublevel that architectural surveys prove cannot physically exist. All three phones showed the same final app installation: FearFeed notification service, an app that doesn't exist in any app store, an app that activates only for people who work night shifts, an app that's currently downloading onto devices across the country. So here's my question for you, the person listening to this right now. What time is it where you are? Are you alone? Do you work nights? And most importantly, when was the last time you checked what apps are currently downloading in the background of your phone? Check now. We'll wait. Did you find anything unusual? Any apps you don't remember installing? Because if you did, if there's an app on your phone called Integration, Monitor, or Night Shift Compliance, or Employee Status Tracker, count the days since you started your current job. And whatever you do, don't clock in tonight. This has been FearFeed. Subscribe if you want to keep your day shift. And remember, we're always watching, even when you think you're alone.